y'all play?
Oh, man, the plan is this week, try and get on the field, try to sneak my helmet out here and jump in practice, but the trainers caught me, so, you know, I got to be smart. At 33, I got to know better than that, but I'm listening to the trainers. You know, I wanted to play last week. The preseason for me is a big deal. I like it because it helps me with my confidence. It creates momentum for me for the regular season. So, yeah, hopefully I can convince these guys that I'm ready to rock. You know, and that's what the rehab is for, and the running around, which you guys don't get to see after practice.
Did you tear it or just a normal kind of strain?
No, it's just a strain. I got these old dehydrated muscles, so you know, just strained it a little bit. It was after a really good practice too, which is frustrating. Right before the Detroit game, but it feels good now though. You know, hamstrings are tricky, so you got to be smart. And the plan is to play 16 games, not 4 preseason games.
If the coaches come to you and said, "Hey, don't worry about anything, just get healthy and you don't have anything to worry about," or are you worried with next week when they start trimming things down?
Oh man, I mean, as a player, you always got to be worried. I mean, that's the nature of the business. You know, hopefully I put enough film, and tape at practice to convince them that I'm a guy they need on the squad. But for me, it's just getting healthy. You know, I would love to force the issue and go out here and do something on my own. But I got to be smart. Like I said, the trainers are here for a reason. So, but yeah, I'm confident in my own skills. I know what I'm capable of, so I'll be good.
You think realistic, Nate, to think Saturday night we go? Or is that?
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the first thing I said to the trainers yesterday was, let's go. I want to practice today. The plan is to practice so they see you out here,
right, and
then you get the reps, catch some balls. But what I did is, they had me running inside when you guys left and caught some balls in there. So, I'm trying to get out there, man. Like I talked about last week, the first impression for me is a big deal. I look at that on, 2 ways. If I go out there and I'm healthy and I do well, it's going to be a great, first impression for me with the fans. But if I'm, at 80%, then that might not be the best impression. I want to give Cleveland what they deserve, and that's made at 100%. What you guys saw obviously before I tweaked my hand.
Does it ever cross your mind? Do you feel that you have to, get back in there so you're not in any jeopardy whatsoever of, making this roster, or is that not even part of it?
Nah, I never try to stress myself out about that. After 12 years, you just control what you control. You show up and work. I played in just about every preseason game for 12 years, so it's not in my character trait or my makeup as a professional athlete to sit out practices or games. I'm too much a competitor. If you talk to the trainers, they'll tell you I've been harassing them for the last week or so to let me practice. So, yeah, I just show up and go to work, and try to do my job. And my job is to heal up and give the best product out on the field. So, we'll see what happens. I guess I'm pretty even keel when it comes to that stuff.
Just a quick follow-up on that. Have they kind of given you some assurances, hey, take the time that you need to heal, you're an important part of this team?
Well, yeah, everybody's been saying that, you know what I mean? The training staff, my coach, Mike McDaniel, he's like, hey, just heal up, man. We know what you can do, and that's reassuring. But at the same time, it's a business, though, so, you got to have a clear understanding. For me, I want to play because that's what I get paid to do. That's the very first reason why I want to be out in the field. They brought me here for a reason, and that's to add a spark plug to this offense and make plays when the ball's thrown to me. And then after that, I'm new here, so no new guy wants to be on the sideline. And I know that firsthand.
Nate, be honest with this answer, please.
I'll try to.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm always honest, by the way.
It seems like the receivers have been pretty inconsistent. During practice sometimes and during games, some drops that guys don't make. How big a concern is that?
It's not that big a concern for me. I talked about this a few days ago. Over 12 years of football, I remember the preseason where I thought I was going to the Pro Bowl. I led the league in touchdowns and yards. It wasn't an indication of how I started the season. Vice versa, there was times where I didn't play well. I felt sluggish, my body was hurting, didn't catch the ball well in training camp. Then I went out there and led my team, with the Seattle Seahawks with catches and touchdowns. So, we know what we can do as athletes, as receivers. We're confident in our skill set. For us, this is why we have preseason. This is the reason why there's 4 games before the regular season starts. So the little things that happen in the game or happen at practice, we can fix. You know, preseason is all about building on your strengths and minimizing your weaknesses. And, you know, we had a few drops. Mike McDaniel, our receiver coach, addressed it. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but after every practice, receivers hit the jugs. Before practice, hit the jugs. And I guarantee whatever we're not doing well will be fixed by the time the season starts.
Having said that, when you look at a lot of young guys trying to find their way and a lot of, you know, some of them are undrafted rookies struggling here, does it kind of sink in how much this team's counting on you to be a productive guy for them?
Yeah, 100%. Which is why you don't see me around here skipping and smiling and cracking jokes too much. You know, this is serious to me. You know, I'm probably the most optimistic guy. I always got a smile on my face. Glass half full type individual. When I'm on the sideline, all that disappears from me. I literally am sick just because this is my job. You know, I don't take this lightly at all. You know, they cut the check for me to come out here and make plays and be a leader, and it's tough for me to do that on the sideline. It's just my personality. You know, I'm more quiet. I'm up here at 6 o'clock a.m., 7 o'clock a.m., trying to do whatever I can to get on the field. And on top of that, yeah, watching the games, seeing where there's opportunities to be made, and not just that, bringing a level of energy that can, you know, ignite the team and ignite the offense. You know, I'm that guy. I'm that guy that celebrates the first down. I'm that guy that barks, yells, and screams. I'm that guy that challenges the offense in the huddle. So, yeah, I know what I'm capable of doing. It's just hard to watch when you're not doing it. So, but the good thing is this is a preseason. I mean, it's only a preseason game too. And, you know, all the people in my inner circle have been telling me that, you know, because I've been complaining to them behind closed doors, like, I'm sick of this. But they said, look, man, the preseason's for a reason. You've been playing for 12 years. I think everybody knows how passionate you are. So, yeah, you know, hopefully I can just get out on the field, give you guys a taste of what I'm about before the season starts, and then hit the ground running for 16 games.
I saw you bring up retirement, I think, in the story with one of the Detroit guys.
Yeah.
How serious are you about this being your final?
Well, after 12 years, you know, I realized how tough it is to wake up every day. I told myself, if I can't get open, then I'll retire. And, you know, going up against some of these young guys, getting open, you know, consistently over the last couple of weeks, it gave me a lot of confidence. You know, I said that because I think we could do something special here. And the plan for every football player is to ride off in the sunset after a great year. I think we have the capability to do it. You know, obviously we have some chemistry things that we need to work on. Everybody's still learning the system, learning the playbook. And once we do what we need to do throughout the rest of this preseason, I think we can do that. So when I mentioned that, you know, it was more about me writing the perfect ending to this movie. And that's playing a tremendous season, giving Cleveland what they've always wanted in their football team, which is a team they can be proud of, and then, you know, walking off into the sunset.
But it's not a statement about your commitment to this year, and that, you know what I mean?
Oh, not at all. No, not at all. I don't know if you guys noticed, man, but, you know, when I step on this grass, it brings life to me. So, yeah, that comment has no indication of how I feel about this sport. You know, I love this dearly, and you know, I was born to play football. So, yeah, you know, I'm committed to this organization 100%.
Is this your last season, though?
I don't know. You know, the plan is to go out there and be the best 33-year-old wide receiver, make some plays, build some numbers, and then make the decision from there. You know, I want to do something special here. You know, as an organization and as an individual. You know, I want to be able to show these young guys that you can age with grace and still make plays. And that's my plan. You know, I got a lot of selfish intentions to the season. I feel like I can do something and be very productive statistically. But first and foremost, you know, I got to be here to help this squad. So, you know, we'll see what happens after the season.
Nate, when you talk about getting ready for the season, a huge domino fell yesterday when Mike Pettin named Brian Hoyer the starting quarterback. What do you think about the decision?
Was it a huge domino?
I think so.
I think it was a little domino to me. Like I said, I'm gonna keep going back to the fact that it is the preseason. You know, I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand all the hype, but you know, trying to name guys that are starting in the preseason really truly isn't an indication of what's going to happen week one.
No, he said for week one though.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah,
now
yeah.
see, this is
Sorry.
how much I pay attention to what's going on. Oh yeah, well that is a huge domino.
Didn't he tell you guys?
No, we
As a team?
we just show up and play football, man. this is what I get paid to do. But
No memo.
yeah, no memo. But no, I think it's a good decision. You know, we got really 2 quarterbacks that are good, and I've been saying that since we first got to camp. And regardless of who was named the starter week 1, I feel like we were going to be winners. And I say that selfishly speaking as a receiver, I get the benefit from that. I caught balls, touchdowns, and one-on-ones, made plays from both QBs. So for me, I was straddling the fence between the 2. They both got their qualities. They're different in ways. But, you know, I like the way Ryan has commanded, you know, the leadership in this team and you know, grabbed the hold of the playbook. But with Johnny being the number 2, as you want to call it, we got arguably the best number 2 in the NFL. So, you know, I'm okay with that. And then, you know, you look at who else we got backing up. We got Grossman and Shaw, who look like Peyton Manning the other night. You know what I mean? So we're okay at the quarterback position. The reason I don't look at it like you guys look at it is I go out there, line up, run a route. The ball's supposed to be there at the end of my route. It doesn't matter who's throwing the ball to me. And maybe because I've been in 12 years and I've caught touchdowns from a lot of quarterbacks. So I don't have a bias on who's throwing the ball. As long as the ball gets to where it is and that guy in the huddle is confident, I'm good with the decision.
As a longtime veteran, some of the growing up that it seems like Johnny might have to do in terms of flipping off the Redskins bench or missing or being late to a team meeting, can you, if they would have said, Johnny's the man, could you have embraced that and followed somebody that still has a little growing up to do?
Well, I'll just say this, Johnny's still the man. He's still a really good quarterback. He's NFL starting quality quarterback. You know, I don't mind the guy making mistakes. You know, especially young in his career. I mean, God knows that, you know, I've made a lot of mistakes over my 12 years. I just didn't have, you know, 5 high-definition cameras on me at all times. So, you know, I'm fine with the guy making decisions and manning up to it. It's going to happen. You can't expect the guy to be perfect. I don't care if he's a rookie, a vet, or an old guy like myself. You're going to make mistakes. What you want to look for is a guy that shows up every day and wants to go to work. Now, when he shows up and doesn't want to work, or he's lackadaisical about the playbook, or you can just tell that there's other things in life that has him distracted from what he's paid to do, then we can have that discussion, and I'll probably answer it differently. But from what I've seen in Johnny and the way he approaches this job, he loves his sport and he wants to be great at it. So I'm all right with the mistakes. I'm no one to judge.
So on the field, the things that you saw, you know, in terms of, you know, him running and, you know, maybe in this particular game, things closing in on him a little quicker, just his mastery of the offense. You're still convinced right now that Johnny is a starting caliber NFL quarterback and that he'll be successful?
Oh yeah, Johnny will be successful in this league. You know, he'll have his opportunities regardless of you know, and how many chances he'll get or the waves of opportunities he gets. You know, he's going to take advantage of them, but, you know, it's not a bad thing for him to, you know, be the number 2 week 1. I mean, he is a rookie, still, you know, has a lot to learning to do, you know, as a professional and as a player when it comes to the playbook. So, you know, he's going to be all right, man. I'm a Johnny football fan. So I'm not only was I a fan before he got here, but now he's family because we play for the same team. So I'm always be in his corner.
Yeah.